Oh, hey folks. Welcome to the Clear Creek cabin. So today we're going to work on some drainage. As you may have seen in some of the previous videos, my wife has done a great job building a brick sidewalk from our main brick sidewalk to the house up to the donkey stable, and she's starting to bring it around to the back of the future tack room. The problem we had was we had about 3 inches of rain the other day, and it started to wash out underneath all the work that she had done here. So we've got to do something about the drainage. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up putting in a couple catch basins to be able to catch the water on one side of the brick sidewalk and bring it to the other. I'll show you that process. A lot of you folks may or may not know how to do a little project like this. It's certainly not difficult, but I'll kind of step you through how I'm going to do it. It's really pretty easy. And I'll show you kind of the water problem that we had here. This should solve the problem here at this point. We may have to do another one up on the other end. But right now, if we can get this in, we're expected to have some heavy rains again tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get at least this one little section done as quickly as I can. So basically what we're going to do is I bought these little catch basins at the Home Depot, Lowe's actually. And what they are, just the little 4-inch catch basins with grates on them to be able to strain out any dirt or sand or any kind of leaves that fall down in there. What we're going to do is we're going to sink one of these right here and settle it down in at the level below the sidewalk, so that as the water comes down, it will actually catch into the drain and go into the pipe. Then we're going to get probably 20-30 foot of corrugated pipe, which we bought, and you put this in basically this end, and you dig this underneath the sidewalk. And then on the other end over here, we'll end another one about over in here. Now the real key to that is that you've got to have the fall from this end to that end. And it doesn't need to be a real lot. It depends upon how much water you think is going to go in there. If it's just a wet area that's just kind of level and soggy, as long as you can get it a little higher on this side to a little lower on that side, you'll be able to transfer the water beyond it so it doesn't flow over your sidewalk or into your flower bed, whatever your goal is. So the first thing you do is you need to kind of try to figure out what is the fall here, what level do we need to do this in. This is going to be pretty easy here, and you'll see why. But in your case, it may be a little more complicated. So come on, I'll show you what we have to do. First thing you want to do is you want to pick the spot where you think you're going to put your basin. So I'm figuring it's going to go just about right there. Just drive a little stake into the ground. It doesn't have to go far, just enough to hold it in place. Figure out where your next catch basin is going to go on this side. I know it's going to go way down there, and I know I've got plenty of fall. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it over to here just as an example so you can see what's going on. Oops. First time using a hammer. Yeah, I wish. Okay, so now what you can do is just put a string across there. It doesn't really matter at what level, but just tie a string across there. Okay, get yourself a little line level. Very inexpensive. It basically just has 2 little notches on each side of it with a little bubble level in the middle to put it in between here. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to establish what's level. And again, it doesn't matter what the height is at this point in the game. Okay, that's just about level there. So now what you can do is determine the fall. If you measure to the ground, to the string on this side, I've got just about 14 inches. And now if I measure to the string on this side over here, I've got 16.5 inches. So I have 2.5 inches of fall in just about 4 feet. That's plenty of fall to take out water. So if you've got something like that, that would be perfect for you to be able to put your catch basins in on each side right at those levels. One here, one there. That one at 14 inches. This one at 16.5 inches. That would be enough all for the water to flow into the box on this side, come through the pipe, and then flow out of this onto the ground on the other side. So that's basically all you need to do. But I'm going to be doing a little bit longer, obviously. What we're going to do is we're going to start here, and I'm going to bring the pipe out probably 10, 15, 20 feet or so out in that direction, because I want to be able to get it out around our fire pit. So come on along, I'll show you how to do that now. But again, this is what you're going to want to do just for your ideas. You need to try to figure out what this fall is going to be. As long as you just drop it a little bit, a half inch or so in 4 feet, even an inch in 4 feet, the water's going to go in on this side, it's going to catch, and it's going to go in. Obviously, the more fall you give it, like in my case, I'm going to have close to 3 inches, 2.5 inches of fall, it will take more water because the water will be able to move out of the boxes faster and quicker, so it can catch more water and you'll have less overflow on this side. So the first order of business is going to be take these bricks out of here. Look what we found hiding underneath the bricks. We're gonna have to move him, I guess. Hi, buddy. How you doing? You're a little guy, huh? Come on, we'll get you out of there. Okay, that's just about the right height. But what we're going to want to do is I'm going to want to chamfer the edge down here a little bit so that as the water comes down, it comes down to this level. And I'm going to set this box in just a little bit lower. So as I said, the water will come down on a little bit of an angle, and you create like a little funnel so that the water catches from around the area and comes down into the basket. Now we just got a little sample, 6 inches or so of the pipe, so that you can use it as a guide, just to see if this is going to fit up in there. And it looks like it's perfect. So that's okay right where it is. What we'll do is level this box out and finish digging the trench over here to get the rest of the pipe in. Okay, for you guys' example, I'm going to take this catch basin and move it further out, but just to show you how you can do this, I put it right at 4 feet so that you can see how this basically works. What you need to do is make sure, put your level across here, make sure that the level is level. You can prop it up with a brick or whatever you want, just to try to make sure that it's level. And that's pretty close. That's pretty close to level right there. So just to give you an idea how much fall I have here across here, is that that's exactly 3 1/4. This is exactly 4 3/4. So we've got 1.5 inches of fall here, which is plenty enough to be able to catch the water, bring it through the pipe, and flow it out of here. Again, the concept, the water would fill, if these two are completely level, okay, the water would fill to here, and the water would fill to here, and it would just stop. The water would just overflow. You wouldn't have any drainage. But if you drop this level down to, as much as I've got 1.5 inches, what's going to happen is the water's going to catch here, it's going to cause it to run over here, and you're going to have 1.5 inches of overflow that's going to come out on this side over here. But again, I'm going to have much more than that because I'm going much further down the line. I'll kind of show you what we're doing here. So basically, as you can see, that would be the fall there, but I'm going to be going all the way out over into here. I'm going to go all the way around to the edge of the fire pit. As you can see, we've got our fire pit here. The fall comes down this way, and it just the water pretty much catches right at that little mulch line right there. So I'm going to bring it from here all the way out to over here and then dump it. And that's quite a bit of fall. Okay, just to show you what I'm doing, I have to go off of this line right here temporarily. So if I measure to the top of my box to here, I've got just about 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches roughly from here to here. Now if I take this line down over here, I make sure this is level. I've got my bubble level on it right over here. And where I'm going to put the catch basin down here is almost 8 inches. So 8 take away 3 is 5. I've got almost 5 inches of fall from the top of that box to where the top of this box is going to be. That's plenty of fall to be able to drain the water through that pipe out through here, and I'll actually have a pretty good gushing water system that will come through here. So that'll work really well for us. Okay, another little project done. Patty just finished up the bricks. Looks great. We dug the trench over here in front of the shed. We get some rain off of this roof up here. It comes down and hits the ground. Hopefully it will catch this little tray that we created, and we'll go down over into our catch basin. Also, the water comes down alongside of the sidewalk over here, and we hope to catch the water into the catch basin here as well. And as you saw, we dug it underneath the brick sidewalk, and it comes out over there about 20 feet away. So a little bit of a long day, but we got it all done. Looks great. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We'll check it out in the rain. Well, it looks as though this worked very well last night. We got almost 1.5 inches of rain overnight. And as you can see, my little catch basin got covered up. One of the things you're going to have to do is periodically clean this off, especially if you've got it in grassy areas. After you mow the lawn, you'll end up having to clean off some of the grass clippings. You can see that the water reached its natural level, actually washed the leaf through that must have been left in the pipe. And it overflowed out over here and down the hill. Okay, that's a wrap. Pouring down rain now. We got over 1.5 inches of rain last night, and the system seemed to work very, very well. As you saw, I just cleaned off the grate on this side, and the water's running in there perfectly, and it's coming out on the other side perfectly. So I think it was a good move. So thanks again for tuning into our channel. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell so we can let you know when we upload our next video, and share it with some friends. I really appreciate you stopping by. God bless. See you next time.